Alright, MQ10 here. I'm not back. I'm probably going to post this one video and then probably go on like a 7-month hiatus. I just wanted to talk about what the hell happened last night with my Phoenix Suns. So, if you're new to this channel, obviously none of you don't know, but I was born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona. I am a huge Phoenix Suns fan. I've been through the thick and thin with this team. I've seen the dark ages of this team with, Igor Kokoskov. We had Dragan Bender. We had Alex Len, Eric Bledsoe, Marquise Chris. Like, I've been through it all with this team. I've seen it all. We were the worst team in the NBA. Like, we were a mess. And last year, this team made the finals. It was the first time I saw this team in the finals, and I was happy. We lost in the finals, but it was a little bit of optimism and hope for the future that we were going to be around for a while. And this season was the best season in Suns franchise history. 64 wins we had. 64 wins in the NBA. The most wins in the NBA this season, and the most wins in Suns history. And I think like top 10 all time in terms of NBA wins. And we were the number 1 seed. And last night, we played like the number 17 seed. What the hell did I just see last night? So, if any of you didn't watch, the Suns Mavericks played in a Game 7. Or I should really say, the Mavericks played in a Game 7. Because the Suns did not show up. At all. At all, they did not show up. You know the score at halftime was 57-27. We were down 30 points at halftime. 30 points. The final score was 120-93. This team, this Phoenix Suns team, played with arrogance. They played like they didn't care. They didn't even try. This team played the worst Game 7 in sports history by far. It was the worst performance you've ever seen in a Game 7 performance. At least in some Game 7s, some teams try. They actually give a shit. This team did not give a shit at all. After the first half, it was over. Or hell, after even the first quarter, it felt like it was over. I mean, this team played awful. It was the worst performance I've ever seen. And the whole season, I've heard from the Arizona sports radio team, this team's tenacity, this team's accountability, just the humility that they have for each other. It's unbelievable. It's just the reason why they're gonna coast through this team. And they didn't coast at all. They didn't do at all what they did. They played with arrogance. They were soft. They didn't even try to defend. They did nothing. They couldn't shoot. They couldn't defend. They weren't motivated. They played like hell. We have the best record in the NBA. Let's go out there. We ain't not even going to try. We're still going to make the finals. We'll turn it up in the finals. When you don't understand, you have to turn up every game. Because if you don't turn up, that's what's going to happen. And credit to the Dallas Mavericks. Credit to them. They played a phenomenal performance. Jason Kidd adjusted so well to us, and they were the better, and he was the better coach in the series. And we had the coach of the year, and he did not look like the coach of the year. It looked like he was a rookie. And I love Monty Williams. He seems like a wonderful human being, and I'm sorry I'm saying this, but he got humbled. But he got outcoached. He got super outcoached. They couldn't adjust. They didn't do anything to adjust. Like, they didn't put their best effort out there. And Chris Paul, the point guard, like, looked like point shit. Like, what the hell did I just see? This team didn't defend. Mikal Bridges, who was the runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year, did not look like the runner-up for the Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, this team got destroyed on the boards, everywhere. And by the way, I want people to know, the Suns on that team, the height, they have at least 4 guys on that team that's over 7 foot. I believe the Mavericks have like maybe 2 or 3 guys. And they got out-rebounded by a team that's smaller. How does that make sense? How does that happen? How does that happen? How do you get out-rebounded by a team that's smaller than you? That's pathetic. It's ridiculous. The Suns were just looking like the ball goes up and they look at the ball. Oh, a ball. And they don't even catch it. I mean, this was pathetic, embarrassing, and this is just disgraceful. And I'm going to sound like a hypocrite probably next year when, hell, maybe the Suns make the finals next year. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But everybody enjoyed what happened. And you know what? I felt so depressed, but you know what? I'm glad we got our ass kicked. I'm glad. Because this whole town was full of arrogance, and I will be the first to admit I was arrogant too. I thought we were going to destroy everybody, and when we get to the finals, we're finally going to win a trophy. That didn't come. I should have known that in the series against New Orleans, that it was going to be this would be a hell bent. This is going to be a hell bent. I should have known. But I was too caught up in the Suns and how they played and how they're the number 1 seed and the tenacity, just like how strong and how they're smart. They didn't look smart at all. They did not look smart. I mean, it was just embarrassing what I saw. And in terms of the players, like, what the hell, like, in terms of, like, all the players going forward, what do you do? Chris Paul's 37. He looks 47. DeAndre Ayton, I mean, hell, do I want to pay him? No. I thought, in the first series, I thought, oh, okay, maybe you should pay him. Because there's whole back and forth of should they sign him to a max contract. They're not going to sign him to a max contract. If they do, they make a big mistake. Okay? Because the man who's 7 foot should be getting 20 points and 10 rebounds. He should be dominating that board. Everybody is tall. He is the tallest guy on the floor in the starting 5. Out of all of them. And he can't out-rebound. I don't get it. I do not get it. Like, it's so frustrating to me that this team played like the best team the entire regular season and then came crashing down when it mattered most. When it mattered most. I have no words. It was over at halftime. The fans were booing it. The fans were booing the team. And they deserve to get booed. And you know what? This whole city, we should buy red noses and mix and clown hair. Because we are clowns. This whole team, this city, the sports broadcasters, me, we should wear red noses all day because we look like clowns. I gotta stop before I break this. Because we are clowns. I mean, we thought it was over. We thought Suns in 4. But man, we just played like arrogance. I don't know what's going to happen to the Suns moving forward. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know who's coming back, who's not coming back. Like, I'm just embarrassed as a Suns fan. Like, the fact that I had to watch that. I stopped watching at halftime. This team did not care. This team did not try. This team did not put effort, emotion. They were just like, nah. This is the most disappointing loss in Suns history, and this is the most disappointing loss in Arizona sports history. I mean, it's been a dark last couple of years, okay, in Arizona. All right? Let's go through it right now. Let's go through it. The Suns lose to the finals after being up 2-0. 2-0. By the way, they're up 2-0 in the NBA Finals and they lost 4 in a row. They're up 2-0 in the NBA in the Western Conference semifinals and they lost 4 of their last 3. Three of their last 4, sorry. The Arizona Diamondbacks had one of the worst records in the MLB, having 119 losses. The Arizona Cardinals started off 7-0 and finished off 11-6 and scored 11 points in the wild card round. And Kyler Murray had one of the worst playoff games I'd ever seen. And now this. Now this. Of all the teams you thought in Arizona, and any Arizona subscriber, people that are born here in Arizona that have subscribed to me, you gotta be honest with me. You did not expect this from the Suns. You did it, I did it, nobody did. Nobody. But everybody on that team got humble pie, and I'm glad. And they better eat that humble pie. And you know what? They better use it next year. Because I'm gonna say this right now. We've had, and I'm gonna say this is an Arizona sports tradition like no other. It's like no other. You know why? Because this is what we do in Arizona sports. We have nothing here. Hell, we have one major sports title, I want to say. Okay, the Phoenix Mercury, yeah, who cares about WNBA? But they've got 3, so I'll give them that. We've got in major sports, the Diamondbacks have 1 World Series. Everybody else has nothing. Cardinals, 0. Coyotes, 0. Suns, 0. And this is what we do in Arizona sports. We get hot. We feel good. We think we're the shit. We walk around like we're the best. And we don't even give a shit about what we do. And then when somebody comes in who wants to humble us, who's less opponent than us, we're like, aha, they're so easy. And we get our ass kicked by them. This is an Arizona sports tradition. Every Arizona sports team does this. They start off well, and then they collapse. And I'm done. Because why are we to talk? We're not LA. We're not Boston. We're not Chicago, Miami, Dallas, like some of these big like sports towns. Tampa Bay now. We're Arizona. We're Arizona. It's a cursed town. And when we get this glimmer of hope, this one glimmer of hope, we take it and we just ride it and we feel it. And then all of a sudden, somebody less than us comes around and bam, they punch us in the face. All right, that's the end of the video, because if I don't stop, I'm probably going to like have probably faint. This has been your boy MQ10. I'm so disappointed in you, Suns. And don't fire the coach. Don't fire the coach. I don't want people to like fire Monty Williams. Okay, he's going to be fine. All right? But this team needs to really wake up. Next season, you guys have to right your wrongs next year, or else this is your legacy forever. You can't finish. All right, this has been your boy MQ10. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Adios.